During last year's presidential campaign, Donald Trump got a lot of help from these, bro influencers out there, the guys who get out there and make stupid little videos trying to convince men that you need to be like these idiots. And Joe Rogan was one of the leading voices, because let's be honest, all the dude bros love listening to Joe Rogan, right? He's kind of like that older brother of your best friend who doesn't know much about anything but thinks he knows a lot about everything and just tells you the most random, weird, stupid stuff you've ever heard. We all grew up with somebody like that, by the way. Um, so we all know that best friend's older brother type guy, and that's what Joe Rogan has become. So Rogan helped prop up Donald Trump. He supported him, he voted for him. And then a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, actually, Joe Rogan came out and said, he's not quite sure that Donald Trump is being honest about who he's actually deporting, because of all the reports that ICE is having to raid workplaces to get workers, not, gang dens to get criminals. They're getting the hardworking people who our economy is dependent upon. And that didn't sit well with Joe Rogan, but, he voiced his concerns about it. Voiced his concerns about shipping people to other countries to be tortured potentially. And then Rogan kind of let that simmer. But this week, in the last 7 days, Joe Rogan has seemingly come out almost guns blazing, metaphorically, at Donald Trump. It all started many days ago when on an episode of his podcast, Joe Rogan just came right out and said that Donald Trump is gaslighting the country about the Epstein scandal. He literally said gaslighting. Trump is gaslighting us about all this. And I agree 100% with Joe Rogan. All this like, there is no list, but there is a list, but it was created by Democrats who also had no ability or authority to create it because none of this happened while Democrats were in power. He's gaslighting us, folks. So Rogan, of course, this was not the first time he attacked the administration over their handling of the Epstein scandal, but this was probably the most poignant and the most direct. And it didn't end there. Because Rogan is apparently still angry and getting angrier about the deportation, specifically the fact that the administration is trying to deport student protesters who don't want to see any more starving children killed in Gaza. Apparently, that's a bad thing. And yes, Trump made it clear at the beginning of his administration, any of you folks go out there and protest this war, I'm going to deport you. Unless you're, staunchly pro-Israel, keep killing the Palestinians, then yeah, you can stay. But here's how that conversation went down. It's a conversation he had with comedian Mike Vecchione, and Rogan said, they're kicking students out that write articles they don't like. And Vecchione said, yeah, that's nuts. And Rogan said, fucking crazy. Isn't a university supposed to be a place where someone's allowed to express themselves and have opinions? And Vecchione said, non-violently. And Rogan says, yeah, they're writing something down and they're not calling for violence either. And they're getting challenged. That's supposed to be how it happens. You get challenged. Smarter people have better arguments or your argument stands. That's what it's supposed to be. Deporting people because you don't like who they're criticizing, that gets kind of shifty. Now, I think you could have worded that a little stronger, right? Deporting people just because they believe things you don't, that's a little shifty. No, that's a dictatorship. That's authoritarianism. But it does appear at this point that Joe Rogan has had enough of Donald Trump's authoritarianism. And if Trump loses that voice, which again, it appears that he is losing that voice, I believe Rogan is now the second most popular podcast in the country. The good folks at Midas Touch have overtaken him, at least according to some weeks not, but Midas Touch is killing it. But if he loses Rogan, he loses the most popular podcast voice that he had. And that would, of course, make the top 2 podcasts the anti-Trump podcast. So, hey, there's a good thing, right? But the dude bros will do what Rogan tells them. And if Rogan is telling them effectively that Donald Trump is just deporting people because he doesn't like what they have to say, or that he's gaslighting us about Epstein, millions and millions of people hear that. And they will believe it because it's true. And that is going to cause more damage to Donald Trump than anything Trump has done to himself so far. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.